The old measuring cups my boss left on my desk after my miscarriage changed how I view corporate America. Horde of you. The morning I returned to work after my miscarriage, there was a small paper bag on my desk. No card, no note. Just a worn set of vintage metal measuring cups nestled in tissue paper. They looked like they belonged in my grandmother's kitchen, not our sleek tech startup office with its panels aesthetic and cold blue lighting. I assumed they were in the wrong place until I saw Maria, our 61-year-old HR director, watching me from across the room. When our eyes met, she simply nodded once and returned to her computer. Maria and I had never been close. She was old-school, corporate, structured, formal, somewhat intimidating. I was 28, the marketing manager who pushed boundaries and occasionally rolled my eyes at company policies. We existed in different orbits within the same office universe. The previous month had been a blur of doctor's visits, hushed phone calls, and finally 3 days of bereavement leave that felt simultaneously too long to be away and too short to begin healing to mitochondria. Only my direct supervisor knew the specific reason for my absence. Imra else had been told I was dealing with a family health situation. I slipped the measuring cups into my drawer, confused but too emotionally drained to investigate. Later that day, Maria stopped by my desk. "Coffee?" she asked, not waiting for an answer before walking toward the break room. I followed, watching as she precisely measured coffee grounds with mechanical efficiency. "When I lost my first," she said without preamble, focusing on the coffee maker, "it was 1985. I took exactly 0 days off because there was no such thing as bereavement leave for something that hadn't been born yet." Her voice was matter-of-fact, not seeking sympathy. "My grandmother gave me those cups the day I returned to work," she continued. "Said that some things in life can't be measured in normal ways. Grief isn't linear, pain doesn't fit standard units." The coffee maker gurgled between us. "You're wondering why I am telling you this," she said, finally looking at me. "Because I fought for your 3 days of leave. The policy technically doesn't cover this situation. I made it cover it." I didn't know what to say. "Those measuring cups have sat on 4 different desks over 36 years, she continued, pouring coffee into 2 mugs. "They go to whoever needs them. When you are ready, you'll know who to pass them to next." 6 months later, I noticed our normally stoic finance director crying in her car before work. That afternoon, I left the measuring cups on her desk. Last week, Maria announced her retirement after 22 years with the company. At her goodbye lunch, I watched as she opened gift after gift, cork pens, gift cards, a crystal paperweight from the CEO. When it was my turn, I handed her a small box. Inside was a delicate silver bracelet with 4 tiny measuring cups as charms. For measuring the immeasurable, the card read, "Thank you for making corporate America a little more human." Sometimes the strangest gifts come from the most unexpected people in the moments we're least prepared to receive them. And sometimes they change not just how we heal, but how we see the workplace structures we navigate every day.